Heading towards the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Nice jazzy music as we head down that way. Kind of like that. This is probably the memorial that touches me the most. I didn't know anyone who paid the ultimate sacrifice during that war, but I know a lot of veterans and served with a lot of veterans who survived the war. I joined the military on I think February 11th, 1978. I was obviously too young to go to Vietnam. And when I joined, it was 3 years after the fall of Saigon. The fall of Saigon was in 1975. But when I went to basic combat training, the person who became a father figure of mine was my drill sergeant, who was a Vietnam veteran. And I respected and loved that man. It's unusual in basic combat training. But I did. I'm walking down to the memorial. Because I went in 78, in my first duty station in Panama, there were a bunch of guys, NCOs, who served in Vietnam. Anyone E6 or above who was still in 78, most of them served in Vietnam. And I can remember these kind of guys. I was young. They were in their 30s probably then when I joined. Some of them were doing 20 years, which means they came in 1958 or 59 or 1960. And they finished up their military career in 1980, 20 years later. And they have served, many of them have served in Vietnam. My drill sergeant lost friends in Vietnam. That's where the names start. All these pictures of people's loved ones. See in action. Ronald Bellinger. Women are also killed in action. Second Lieutenant Pamela Dorothy Donovan, U.S. Army.
What was that? There's only 8 on the wall. 8 women? There's only 8 women. Wow. Alright, so that
So young. Another woman.
Here's number 3.
All of these names. Most of them very young people. Teenagers. You say the average age of the combat soldier was 19. And there's a very highly decorated young soldier, Tyrone Jackson. Special Forces soldier. My professor of military science, Major Fiorito, with Special Forces of Vietnam. And he was the second person I saw as a father figure when I went to ROTC.
You see it in action.
All these names, all these people, all these young people. Rolling Thunder.
See how it progresses. That's two done together.
Another woman who died.
Show us what they last two officials killed in Vietnam. They were Marines that were attached to the embassy battalion and covered the embassy in Saigon. And they were
Look on this.
assigned to an outpost, Constabulary Air Force Base. And well, they say a rocket, it could look like an RPG, hit their outpost and killed both of them. April 29th, 1975. Third thing about it,
More women who have passed away in the war. Gave their life for the country. We hear about the men a lot, but we rarely hear about the women. They weren't drafted, they volunteered. No women were drafted. Another young woman. Lieutenant, first lieutenant. We're coming to the end of the monument. I do feel emotional, even though I didn't know anyone. I died there.
I'm going to keep that some videos with them.
just wanted to let you know a few things. Reverend remembers you. Reverend appreciates the
This young
Reverend
guy
appreciates you with love.
died in captivity while a prisoner of war. You wonder what he went through. You wonder what you think about when you're a prisoner of war, when you're being tortured. And look at this monument. There's this video, this documentary about Vietnam, and they talk about this monument. So I'm gonna attach that.